It'll still be an anti-mage.
Oh,
Back to that.
Kyle doesn't like it. I don't mind as much because, as I said, I think AM is the quickest 6-slot carry.
And we'll see what he's able to do with this sort of having this lane that's going to give him such a good boost in both levels and farms to start the match off.
And a farm group can be so effective this game. Blink Dagger initiation as it's going to be so terrifying for an anti-mage who's farming by himself, and then
just running past the tower trying to see if they can get the setup. Kuro is indeed going to be at a glimpse for straight back to base though, as he TPs in an attempt to help Leo out in this lane, where Leo has been finding pretty good farm so far, 11 for 4 on the AMCS. They will be able to get the Fisher block off onto Kuro here, trapping him in. He'll go straight for the TP out with the burst strike as well from Mind Control. Kuro will be allowed to escape. I'll turn their attention towards Mind Control though instead, with a blink forward and a block off. Leo's doing his best to get this kill, and he'll get it. First blood goes to Leo, as they punish Liquid for being a little too aggressive there, getting behind that tower, getting a little too cheeky, and that's going to be more money for the anti-mage to start this game off, and in a game where he was farming not too badly at all in that lane.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Mski had skilled up silence.
They're gonna look for him as well. He's blocked off with the Fisher. He's trying his best to cut his way around the trees, but he cannot escape. Another kill there for paiN on this top lane.
And I'm not 100% sure if she skilled up silence because she was trying to help out the Sand King to live, but she didn't have the mana for it, unfortunately. So a point in silence this early on is not a bad thing at all, but again, this early lane matchup is...
Look, he's just able to walk in and get the courier. They've got the Fisher block off again. They're looking towards Kuro. paiN, they'll pick up another kill. This time they do lose 4-4-4. But a lot of positive action here on this top lane for paiN, getting Leo. It looks like, they've sort of had to resume back to normal business. Yeah, getting Mind Control back on that bottom lane. We'll see how much sort of that decision to give GH the priority in the early game will pay off in those first 5 minutes. Another Fisher, beautifully onto the two of them. Matumba's dead again. paiN continuing to just crush Liquid on this top lane.
It's possible that Liquid are like, well, the Shaker doing this well, he's bound to go mid, go kill a Medusa, but Medusa actually is not crushing TA as hard as it once was in the early minutes.
28 for 12. Adriano is having a pretty good time at top. Leo is going to jump in aggressively, looking towards Matumba. Matumba has got Kuro and GH behind him. The Aphotic Shield's there on Leo so they can continue to chase this down. Matumba, he's trying to run, but he's dead. The missed call from 4-4-4 finishes him off. They'll look for more. GH trapped off. Double kill for 4-4-4. Liquid, what are they doing? They're messing up paiN. They're loving this. They're cruising through this laning stage.
Yeah, that courier kill actually proving to be quite the detriment to Liquid in this early game. Still dead for another 5 seconds, but everything's coming up paiN Gaming right now, and this is what was necessary. It's not like...
look who's here again. Another Fisher from Theo Lacour. Matumba will try and knock them back with the gust. GH will be able to jump straight across with a nice stolen Fisher. But it doesn't matter. Leo, mana for it, kills off Matumba Man again. The tips come out, and boy, they deserve to start sending them that way. As just the decision making from paiN in the way that they've reacted to this sort of unconventional start for Liquid's been perfect. Bottom lane, Lelis leading in with the Doom, just walks in straight away onto Mind Control. He's going to get this kill as well. There's nothing that can be done by this Sand King. A solo kill for the Doom.
I apologize to Lelis. I kind of forgot there was a Doom in this game. I forgot there was a bottom lane in this game.
I think Liquid did as well, sending 2 cores up to the top lane to start the game off. And so far, it's not been the move for them. Here's the GH, the man that was enjoying that bottom lane. He's out of mana. He's being run down by the two of them. He should be able to have a good shot at this. Leo can blink forward aggressively, and he will do so. It is by the shrine. TP's coming in, and Mind Control will keep GH safe. Pops the arcane boost. They turn. They get the kill onto Theo Lacour.
As long as the anti-mage doesn't die, that's the most important thing. And as long as you're forcing Liquid to move around, normally an anti-mage is like, please everyone get out of my lane. Why are you guys tri-laning with me? You make Liquid keep coming up here. But if you're racking up kills like this, it's 3-0-4 right now.
When have you seen 3-0-4, 8 minutes in, up against Liquid. Leo is going to be feeling amazing at the moment. He's got to keep his cool bottom lane. Someone who's not feeling pretty good about this game is Matumba Man. Still level 4 at 9 minutes in, dying yet again. Leo bringing out the old chat, bringing out the Sebs, and I don't blame him.
Now Baden in trouble in this top lane. But he gets the deny. Liquid.
Oh my goodness. If he does finish this Battle Fury within the next minute, it's going to be very hard for Liquid to keep their cores on the same level as this anti-Mage's farm.
Yeah, 3 of the Liquid heroes converge bot, now Fissure block up top.
Kuro, no escape for him. Another kill to be picked up by paiN, as they'll take the tier 1 tower for sure as well up top. Matumbaman should be able to get this tier 1 tower trade. They're actually going to start TPing back at paiN. They want to hold on to this tower. Let's see if they can go for it. They look towards him. The Doom's already out onto GH. Leo, he's able to blink in towards the lane. He's going to continue to farm. Mana point on Matumbaman. The Drow's dead. They'll pick up GH as well. 2 kills for paiN. As there will be the escape from Mind Control. Was able to get the blink off, but paiN Gaming, they get that pressure up top. They're still able to come back, hold on to their own tier 1 tower. Mind Control should be fine here. They don't have any more catch to... They've got it, paiN. 15 minutes in, Aegis on Adriano, immediate smoke.
Nobody's up there and they don't have any vision up there. They dedicated all their vision to making sure that Matumbaman doesn't need any heroes. He just needs people, he just needs the vision of the wards. And now Mind Control, smoke dispels.
Can they find him? He's in. The Burrow Strike, but the spell shield was out in time. There will be the Static Storm drop down, trapping up Leo. Let's see if they can kill him. He's got a lot of magic resist, but that spell shield is still alive. Shield's there. He's out. Now the turnaround. paiN coming with the Doom. 2 dead on Liquid. They have the vision on Mind Control as well with that trap. Will be able to blink away, but there's the chase. They'll keep themselves on top of the Sanking. Mind Control cannot escape either, and a smoke gank gone horribly wrong for Liquid. As all 3 of their heroes die, and Leo survived.
As long as they keep keeping this Medusa and Drow under pressure, like look at Anti-Mage, he's starting to poke at tier 3. He knows when he's safe.
See where they can find him. Block off with the Fissure, jump onto Kuro. Kuro's gone. Now messing around for Leo, using the Mana Void to claim that kill. The rest of Liquid will disperse and get out of there. But these timings for these cores on paiN Gaming looking so good. Adriano, the Deso, is into the BKB next. Once he has that done, he's going to be such a force. GH jumped upon another free and easy kill for Leo's Anti-Mage.
She's willing to fight. She has Stone Gaze. And I think Liquid are now willing to take a 5v5 engagement. They've had this initiation on the Sanking, haven't been able to take advantage of it. They've had Static Storm, tried it once on that Anti-Mage near the Ancients, wasn't able to pan out. But if they can get a glimpse on someone or find this TA.
They will. They'll get the jump on him, Burrow Strike into the control, Adriano. They'll try for the mail, but sentries are down. They pick off the Templar Assassin. Liquid able to make a successful move with that smoke, and immediately they'll look for more. Ready to continue the aggression, see who they can find. Scan will hit. They know that someone's deep in the jungle. It is the Shaker. Wards down. Kuro's got the vision. Liquid. They connect. They'll pick up a second. Diolacor's gone. Nevertheless, 10k behind. Liquid still showing that they can get out on the map, get these kills. They'll also be able to finish off the tier 2 in that middle lane. But paiN, they're losing a tier 3 in the middle lane. They're losing the racks as well. paiN, they've got to do something about this. They're trying to trade, but there's no way that they can trade as fast as a Drow lineup. As Liquid, 10k behind the entirety of this game, just walk up and take the melee racks.
Anti-Mage wants to take that, but you don't win that against a Drow range.
You know?
What a conversion on the Scotty timing. I mean, obviously, Liquid were not expecting to get this much, and the Illusions finish off the ranged Rex as well. Templar Assassin not able to clear that out in time, and now, this Anti-Mage, that's no longer your jungle. You may have owned that for the first 15 minutes of the game, but...
Let's see if they can get someone here with the Burrow Strike leading. They've got the control, and he's dead! They've killed off Leo! 4-4-4! He's surrounded, he has got the borrowed time, but there is no amount of time that he can borrow to keep himself alive here as Liquid kill him off as well. And I think pretty much from that Scotty pick up to the racks taken, this is the sort of slip-up that you were worried that you could see from paiN.
They proposed, Kyle was like, I think Halberd Armlet carries are underrated. And being able to stop someone from right-clicking you with an E-Blade, it's not quite as effective, but it still kind of gets the job done. But are you going to be able to get the job done by challenging this Roche?
Well, Adriano, he's into the pit. The BKB's popped. They'll look for Matumba. Matumba will be able to push back the Anti-Mage with the silence. The E-Blade on himself again, making sure that Matu can't hit him. Matu's dead. They'll try for more. Theolico jumps in, attempting with the echo, but the Epicenter's already out. They're melting on paiN Gaming. They've lost Theolico. They've lost Adriano. They've lost 4-4-4. There'll be a buyback for Theolico, but Leo's in trouble. He cannot TP out. The damage is too much. paiN Gaming, they've lost 4 Miracle. It's now down to only a 4k lead, but Liquid starting to show that As this game now,
You're telling me it got canceled in Season 1, just when the show was getting good? Liquid turning it around so dramatically. I thought that Eccleston would have been so much more effective.
now pretty much level in this game, and if anything, well, you've got to feel that they're ahead. If they've been able to swing around a game, it was drifting them away from them as such. The other core, look at the Fisher setup onto the two of them, jump third as well, Adriano. Kuro will be left behind. Look at the kill on Kuro. The rest of Liquid will manage to get out of there for now. They do try for a bit of a poke at the high ground themselves. Liquid will bring three of them back to defend. Matuma Man, GH, and Mind Control are there. paiN still in the jungle. Actually blinking down into the mid lane. Leo does blink in aggressively to try and find some farm, but the Power Strike's there. He's dead. We'll believe that the Storm of Doom as well from GH at 4-4-4. He can't TP out in front of this. They're going to lose another here. paiN as 4-4-4 will fall. As again, more mistakes. paiN Gaming, Leo getting greedy, just blinking in like that into the mid lane to just hit the creeps, tank the wave. Liquid more than ready for that sort of play. Zedriana and Theodore will still try and push on this top. Despite being the only two up here on paiN, Liquid for the time being, they're ignoring them. They're in with the 5-man. They're just pushing into the base again. They do get the kill onto Kuro with the BKB usage, but they've got to look down bottom as Liquid, they're inside the base. paiN, can they really trade this? Adriano realizes he can't. He's already TPing out of there. There'll be a buyback from Leo because they're losing another tier 3 down on this bottom lane. Liquid nearly killing it off. They will now be forced back. Kuro continuing to play around with the Core up top, will be able to get up with the Shadow Amulet and blink out of that sentry range, so he will survive. He needs to somehow make sure that Mind Control and Kuro aren't able to get these big team fight controlling ultimates off. Because every single time, if Leo blinks in aggressively, there's a Static Storm, a Burrow Strike on top of him. The Core's got to make sure that doesn't happen. As up top, they do find Matumba separated from the team. The Drought in trouble. They'll kill him off the once. He has the Aegis. We'll see Liquid come in to try and protect him a second time, but there's the quick play from Leo. Jumps in onto Kuro, but Kuro, instant Static Storm, the lift into the Stone Gaze. Leo's just dead and gone for 100 seconds. 4-4-4 will also surely fall. The other coach is having to hide in the trees. He cannot rectify this fight. Lelis is surrounded. This should be a third dying. He has got that Crimson. He's incredibly tanky, but Liquid, they look for the control, trying to drag it back. He does have the BKB. So in fact, with the BKB popped and the Scorched Earth, he should have a good shot at getting away. GH is going to continue to try and chase him, and he will get doomed up for that attempt. So GH will now tag himself out of this. Matsu and Mind Control continue to play around. It'll take them a fair bit of time to kill him, but with that ult, those piercing arrows, Matsu will still be able to shoot down the Doom. 3 dead, and now Liquid in control fully of the game. The network back on their half of the map. Miracles onto the tier 4s. He's done with this one. He's ready to try and move it on to game 2. They've had their fun. As paiN, with 2 heroes dead, no buybacks, very limited in what they can do to try and hold this Dio. He is setting up, they will jump immediately with a BKB pop. They're looking to try and kill off Matuma Man, but they cannot. The Core will fall, only the 2 of them left. The physical damage is too much for the Drought. GG is called, and Liquid will take this game 1. A game 1 that the hope was high for paiN at the start, but as you mentioned early on, one mistake, and it was a pretty colossal one. This opening that Liquid just found.
Pretty much, Razor is a better Viper right now, like how they play, and they go instant Rubik. Holy smokes! That means I think it's going to be on middle Rubik.
Mid Rubik.
Pretty much having as bad of a time as Mind Control is up top. Both of these side laners feeling the pressure with the combinations being put against them. Another attempt towards Lelis. Spike gap is handstun. Both going to be missed there by GH. And with that in mind, Lelis can try and turn. He's stealing a lot of damage. He knows that he can get some of these kills. He can almost certainly get GH if he can keep vision, as he'll run him down. Fairy Fire will keep GH alive for now. He needs one more right click. Miracle's blocking him off. GH will turn. 2-man stun holds them away. Miracle can now try and turn and get some kills in response, but the Phonic Shield is up once more. GH walks back in. He gives up first blood as paiN will kill him off. A mistake there from GH.
And no one really hits towers that hard yet.
And I mean, Adriano has left the lane. He's come into the jungle of Liquid, seeing what he can find. He's got the setup here, looking for Kuro. Kuro does bring in the Sentinel in time. They'll try for the stun. Kuro ticking low. Fairy Fire will keep him alive. He's able to walk out of it, and Adriano has walked into a bit of a dangerous neighborhood here as Liquid will outnumber him and kill him off. Always going to be a risky play, feeling overconfident, coming in with the invis right up to that shrine. Does, of course, not have the treads at the moment. Is going straight the 2 Wraith Bands into the Battle Fury.
This game's the push is going to come much sooner from Liquid, though. They're not going to wait for any sort of Scotty situation. They've already got Chen stealing a siege creep as they get a shackle on Miracle.
And not nearly enough disable, though, to kill this Morphling, as now Miracle can turn. TP's coming in. GH is there looking for the setup with that Vendetta hit. They'll chase down this Razor. Spike Cap is once again onto the passive. They're running him down. The Eye of the Storm causing issues, but not enough as Lelis should fall. Liquid, they'll get one. Can they get more? They'll look towards Theo. Theo trying to hide. TPs are coming in. They have lost GH. Miracle being burst very low. They do lose Kuro, so 2 kills taken in return, but overall Liquid are the ones to get out on top of that trade. 3 kills in total, 2 of them going the way of Matumbaman as they just dive paiN underneath that tower. As Liquid not able to find the catch that they may want to. GH, it's very hard for them to fight around it. They have good wall coverage on their half of the map, paiN Gaming. The Sentry and Observer giving them a lot of info. See if it's enough. They're trying to get in with the Stampede. Looking to collapse on top of Adriano, but the wards are down. paiN Gaming, they may be able to get some kills out of this. They look towards Mind Control. A stun holds back the Abandon momentarily. They're all split up now, Liquid. Mind Control will try for the TP out. Will he make it away? He does. He's able to TP out of this. So Liquid, despite diving in underneath the ward, they do not lose Mind Control. This Matumbaman Viper still alive, playing around with 3 heroes, soon to be 4. I mean, they've got to be able to kill him, and they will be able to as Matumbaman finally goes down. So paiN at least able to find a kill out of this play. As Liquid, likewise themselves, just playing as 4, making sure that Miracle is undisturbed.
They want to debut this Blink Dagger. Little do they know it's already been shown, but they're going to go in on Razor anyway.
See if they can get the catch. Stampede used, allowing them to close the gap. They're on top of Adriano. Stuns up for GH. Adriano locked in position. He has the mech. Will be able to run off. It looks like the mech will save him, as they won't lose anyone yet. 4-4-4 has borrowed time. They'll try and control Matuma. A very hard kill to get, though. Of course, Matuma has to fight himself. And in the river, the stun control down to the Razor. They're kiting him up. It'll be the deny from 4-4-4. Liquid, can they chase this down? Matsu, mech, pipe. He's ready to dive. He's got a pretty much full wand as well, as paiN Gaming have to back away from this aggression of Liquid. Mind Control tries for the jump into the trees. No one's there, but they still get the control onto Lelis. Lelis falling low. He's gone. They've lost the Razor, and Liquid, they're diving tier 1s, they're diving tier 2s, they're moving up to the tier 3s as they'll push back paiN. They're not even done yet. Mind Control just jumps in behind the racks to stun them up. The rest of Liquid will start to back away as 4-4-4 comes back into the game on the Abaddon. The Greaves are there, so Liquid are certainly building up towards that sort of time of the game where they can just push down lanes as 4 of them without the Morphling. And it'll be very hard for paiN to really put a stop to that pressure. Top lane Theo, he'll show himself as he goes for Hex. He's going to drop down the Serpent Wards as well. Leo actually blinking in here, looking towards Miracle. Stampede popped by Mind Control, as they'll get themselves away. Leo ending up being trapped in his own teammates' wards.
But none of these Serpent Wards are being placed near objectives. And yeah, like you said, the later the game goes, this is buying time for Anti-Mage to get that earlier 6-slot status, which it's not necessarily earlier 6-slot, but it's now initiation. On to 4-4-4, and this borrowed time, it's only going to buy you a little bit.
Kill going the way as Miracle too, as 2,700 gold towards that Eagle Song. And very elusive. These heroes are not easy to kill for paiN Gaming's lineup. They'll get the Roche. Just go away, and Miracle's able to grab it. Bit of split push pressure comes in, and that will allow paiN Gaming, by the looks of it, to finish off the tier 3 tower. So they'll take the trade. And it is pretty hard to kill it, as long as he has the backup of 4-4-4 behind him. If he does get jumped, Aphotic Shield, BKB, like Liquid shouldn't be able to kill this anti-mage unless paiN makes some colossal mistakes. Theo is going to walk into the base, drops down the Serpent Wards immediately, will dive for that. I mean, they'll get a few hits onto the racks, but Liquid are able to farm those Serpent Wards straight up. So a little hasty there with the placement of those by Theo, as it will not get anything really done for paiN Gaming as a side. Stampede They've got their eyes on Lelis. Lelis, he's out alone. There is no backup here for the Razor as Liquid just converge on top of him. The kill's there for Miracle.
And you're hard-pressed to find a reason why it's not a great hero. He won his lane, he's a great hero to carry all these auras, and he's not going to be easy to kill no matter how late this goes.
Miracle. He's got the butterfly, the farm just continues. GH getting the spike out, but onto the two of them. There was it forward, look at Lelis. BKB comes out, they do get the Hex onto Miracle, but Mind Control jumps in onto the Shaman. Stampede uses Leo trying to get him, but with the Crimson Guard, it's so hard for him to do any damage at all to anybody. Mind Control does get separated from the rest of the team as they look towards him, but Miracle slides in, nukes down the Shaman, turns towards Lelis. There'll be a buyback coming up from Theo Chorus. He'll try and return to the fight. They have managed to get Kuro on the back lines. 4-4-4 trying to keep his hands onto Miracle for the second one down. A third one as well. Triple kill for Miracle. They're losing heroes left, right, and center, but they have got that kill on Mind Control. Can they get anything more? Leo pops the BKB, looks towards GH, but the Viper strike from Matsu through that magic immunity is down on Leo. He cannot fight on. Miracle gets the Ultra. paiN, they've got to get out of there. This is not a fight that they could turn up to as Miracle has hit scary, scary proportions as this morph.
This initiation by Nyx Assassin is so effortless. Whereas to disengage from paiN, they have to put so much effort. Rubik has to steal Stampede. You got to deal with the Centaur with a ton of HP. Then once you finally think you've gotten rid of all these spells, in comes Morphling, starts shotgunning people before your eyes.
That's Leo actually blinking into this. Lelis is going to lead forward. BKB's popped. We'll try and get the static link off to Matumba, but he has to back away now. Miracle zips in, looks towards Leo. Leo, another shield there from 4-4-4, but he's gone. Nuke down. Liquid, they kill him off. He's got to buy back. They've got to get back in on this one, this fight around their tier 3. Can they get anything out? But they get the shackle, they've got the control, they get Miracle. Miracle's dead. They'll kill off the morph. They need more though. They're looking for Matsu. They've used a fair few buybacks at the last minute, paiN Gaming. What else can they get? Leo's trying to chase down Kuro. Matsu, he's out of mana. He's still got a lot of HP to work off. They've got the shackles. Lelis stealing a lot of damage with the static link. Mind Control jumping in. They'll turn back towards Leo. Spell shield pop. Lelis will kill off the Nyx Assassin. But here's the buybacks. Liquid know that paiN themselves. They don't have the buybacks really on the big cores. So Liquid, what can they do with their own buybacks? Especially with Liquid expending on those buybacks, it does bring the net worth difference back down to a more manageable place for paiN.
Yeah, Anti-Mage buys back, and the Morphling and Nyx Assassin buy back. And it's kind of understandable on Liquid. You've got a Chen who can bring you in, but...
Adriano steps forward, the shield already being used upon him. Miracle zips in with the waveform, that's the Rubik gone. Lelis, BKB's back up, he'll pop it, wards it down, but Miracle jumps in, kills off the Elecor. They'll look back towards Lelis as the BKB is shortly going to end. He'll try for the TP out, but the BKB's already ended, so they can cancel it. 3 heroes down on paiN Gaming, another double kill for Miracle. As Liquid, they'll chase on. Miracle inside of the anime blinks in, they'll get the TP cancel with the adaptive strike. 4-4-4 stuck in the trees. Leo BKB pop, he has to run. Only 2 left alive on paiN. The 3 that do not have buybacks. Triple kill for Miracle. Another kill for his more 13-1-3 this game as they'll be back up to the high ground. 4-4-4 does have a buyback.
Very important core to keep alive with his Spirit Vessel and his Guardian Greaves, and now the Rax is...
I mean, look at that army of siege creeps the Kuro's bringing in. So much siege potential and makes quick works of 2 sets of Rax. They'll look towards Roche instead. Serpent wards drop down immediately. They need to get this. But Liquid sure as hell aren't going to let them. They're heading towards the pit. Jump in. Leo immediately pops the BKB. They look towards GH. GH has tried to blow up. Spike Cap has popped as well. They cannot kill him quick enough. They've lost their Shaman. Lelis pops the BKB. Miracle as well. Moving in onto 4-4-4. The borrow time is going to wear off. That's the Abaddon gone. Double kill for Miracle. Stun controls there from Mind Control. GH. Leo does still manage to blink away, but they lose 2. Roshan still standing. Liquid moves up to Adriano. A 3rd hero dead once again on paiN Gaming. Leo's trying to chase something, trying to chase Kuro and his army of siege creeps. He'll kill a couple of the siege creeps. Can he get Kuro? A mana void on a target with full mana. Won't do a lot, but he does still get the kill. As Kuro gone, but again, just the outnumber here from Liquid. They have more than enough space to allow Miracle to finish off Roshan, get the Aegis. They're going to be pushing in again. As Liquid, they'll head straight to the tier 4s. paiN Gaming, they've got one more chance at a hold here, but it's a very small chance, Tsunami.
Leo's gonna have to pull off. I'm not even gonna bother. They can't do this.
Let's
It's
see.
too far
It
gone.
looks to be Leo's going to try jumping in with the BKB, looking to GH, but GH put up, he's just so tanky. They cannot kill any of these calls. They cannot kill the supports. Lelis will buy back, but they're onto the Ancient Liquid. paiN Gaming, can they really push back Liquid? Miracle just popping the BKB, zips in, double kill again for him. paiN struggling to be able to leave the base. The Ancient falling. paiN, can they do this? BKB from Lelis, moving in. Leo goes for the back rise, trying for mind control, but he's got so much HP, he's impossible to kill. Mind control comes back in with a stun. There will be a shackle onto mind control. Leo with the Manta will begin to burn the mana on Miracle, but Matsu, he's focusing the Ancient, so is mind control. They're looking to close this game up, move on in the tournament. Leo trying for Miracle, but the Ancient is going. GG is caught, and Liquid will take the game, take the series 2-0, as paiN Game putting a lot of pressure on their anti-mage Leo to perform.